Simply Food by TY.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Simply Food by TY. So you guys have asked for it, so I'm going to do it. I am showing you guys how to make my oven-baked southern rice pudding. So what you're going to need is some cinnamon, 2 eggs, a can of evaporated milk, some long grain rice, a can of sweetened condensed milk, some rum extract, and some pure vanilla. Alright everyone, so the first thing we're going to get started on is our custard. So let's first go ahead and open up our can of our evaporated milk, pour the entire can directly into the bowl. Right now we're working on making our custard. We're going to put the entire can of our sweetened condensed milk. Crack in your 2 eggs. If they're small eggs, go ahead and put 3. If they're large, only put 2. Okay. You're going to put 1.5 capfuls of pure vanilla. And then about 1/2 capful. Make sure it's pure vanilla, not nasty vanilla extract. Rum extract. And you're just going to put a splash of that, not too much. And like I said, this is rum extract. We're just going to put just a splash. Boom. Now we're going to give this a good whisk. Alrighty guys. So that there is the dressing that we're going to pour over top of the rice mixture. So what you're going to do is you sit this to the side. That's done. So now we're going to work on making the rice, and then honestly guys, you pop this into the oven at 350 degrees for about an hour, and then it's done. It's really simple. So I'll come back with you in 1 second. Alrighty everyone, so now what we're going to focus on is making the rice. So I don't know if I said this in an earlier clip, but let me just say it now. When you're using long grain rice, you want 1 cup of rice to 2 cups of water. I'm only making a small amount, so I'm only going to put that in. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pour in our 2 cups of our water. Put in the 2 cups of rice. Give it a nice stir. Once the rice comes to a boil, you guys, you're going to put the lid on it and then put it down to a simmer for about maybe 15 minutes, and then your rice is done. You don't need to stir it. You don't need to add anything to it. So once this comes up to a boil, we're going to put the lid on this. Then we're going to turn it down to a low simmer for about 15 minutes, and your rice should always come out nice and fluffy. So I'll see you guys when this rice is all done. Alrighty everyone, so as you can see, our rice has now come up to a boil. I'm going to give this one last mix, and then now I'm just going to put the top on this. I'm going to turn it down to a low simmer, and then we're going to leave this alone for about 15 minutes, and when we come back, the rice should be nice and fluffy. Hey y'all, so while I have the rice cooking, I just wanted to also let you know, if you have kids in your family that do not like raisins, of course you don't have to put in raisins. I'm going to be putting in some raisins and topping it with some cinnamon on the top before we put it into the oven. But just know, if you want to put raisins, by all means put them in. And if you don't, you can leave the raisins out. Some people also put cranberries in it, but you know, that's up to you. But I just wanted to let you guys know that. I'll see you soon. Alright guys, so we are back. So our rice is all done. So what we're going to do now is transfer our cooked rice over to our baking dish. And like I said, this was 1 cup of long grain rice to 2 cups of water. I'm only making a small dish. Honestly, I probably could have put 2 things. I probably could have doubled this rice, but it's completely fine. I'm not worried about it. So what we're going to do now is just pour our custard mix all in this and give this a nice mixing really quick. Mix that up, mix it up, mix it all up in there. And don't worry, your egg is not going to cook because we're about to put this right in the oven anyway, so it's completely fine. And this is going to get nice and thick in the oven. So we've put that in there. So now at this point, what you also want to do is go on ahead and add in your raisins if you like raisins. You don't have to put in raisins. You can leave those out if you choose to do so. I'm only going to put in a little bit. I don't like mine, you know, completely overpowered with them. So just a few. And now this is when we're going to go ahead and add in our cinnamon. Okay. So sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon in there to mix in first. Get that all nice and mixed in there. If you like nutmeg, by all means, you can also add in nutmeg as well. I'm not putting any nutmeg in this because I'm trying out this new rum extract, and I just don't think that'll mesh well together. So there we go. Mix that in there. Make sure your rice is nice and broken up. You don't want any big chunks of rice or any big chunks of raisins, to be honest. So make sure all of that's nice and broken up. So now we're gonna pop this into the oven, and sometimes it can take anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. It kind of just depends on your oven and how much you're making and how many eggs you use. Because I only use 2 eggs and this is a bit loose, it might take a little bit longer, but we'll keep a check on the time, and then I'll come back and I'll let you guys know how long it took. So now we're gonna pop this into the oven at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes, and then I'll check it at the 45-minute mark and I'll let you guys know if we need to bake it any longer. And here you go, you guys. After being baked in the oven at 350 degrees for roughly about 45 minutes, here is the final result. I hope you guys decide to try this recipe, and if you do, feel free to tag me at SimplyFoodByTy on Instagram. And I hope you guys enjoy this delicious Southern baked rice pudding. As always, y'all babies, stay cute and take care. Bye.
Simply Food by TY.